Here's my gig on sustainability. It's a strategy. So many people say to me, Cam, I want a sustainability program. I ain't got one of those for you. I'm telling you the truth. It's a strategy for continual improvement of resource management and the ability to exist into the future. Your systems approach, quality management, energy management, it's the operational tool that help you get to the 5 to 7 years that get you out to that sustainable 25-year goal. And I kind of put this analogy together many years ago, that sustainability is the structure you want to build, the sustainability strategy is the blueprint, the environmental management, energy management systems represent the construction codes and standards, pollution prevention and energy efficiency are the choices to use the highest quality building materials, and compliance is the foundation. So I tell you today, sustainability is evolving through new operational tools and those type of things. The cultural technology, as we look at the tips and the things that we can do in environmental and energy management, what I've got to tell you is technologies don't do it all. Well, I'm going to buy that and it's going to save me water. I'm going to buy this light bulb and it's going to save me energy. But there is a whole nother cultural technology that's got to kick in. And that's behavior. What outcomes do you want in energy reductions? What kind of behaviors does it take to get there? And what kind of activities have you got to do to get these behaviors to get to those outcomes? And as we look at it, a lot of times it's reactive to proactive, and depending on how you're tuned in and your organization is tuned in, this line may stretch out here and this get long in time. But our biggest gap that we identified as we've worked with all kinds of companies, organizations, was this behavioral change. And I heard Fred in the last session talking about behavioral change. I will tell you, we've seen 10 to 20% reduction in energy use with behavioral change. Tighten it up, knowing how much you're using, people knowing that, communicating what you want to do with a communication plan, turning off the lights when you leave the room and the projectors, etc. Those are key, and they're the ones that will get it into your management systems, into your business planning, and that's key. We have people on the floor using equipment and energy. We have financial people in the office paying the bill. And if they don't get together and understand how they're operating, what their demand is, what their load factors are, and all of that, and they just keep paying that bill, nothing is going to happen. Behavioral change is key to sustainability. And there's two sides of it. There's the hard side of management, your processes, measurement, tools, structures, written procedures. How do we run this equipment? The soft side, leadership. Can you get buy-in, commitment, attitude, creativity, overcoming the resistance to change? You know, when we worked with a company and they had all these batteries from all these different things, and the people in the plant said, I want to collect those. And they got 5-gallon buckets in several departments. And boy, I'm telling you, I was walking around in an audit one day, somebody with us eating a Snicker. I guess it's so they wouldn't be so ugly. Have you seen those Snicker things? I guess they were just being ugly. And they threw that Snicker wrapper in that 5-gallon bucket, y'all. I'm going to tell you, 2 people from the operation came walking over and said, that's for batteries. You pick that up, man, and we're serious. Eventually that plant got to where you went to the cage, you turned your battery in before you got another battery. So but it started with the people, buy-in, and they took the leadership and pride in what that program was doing. Random acts of excellence. I'm going to tell you, I can go into any school, any industry, any commercial business, and they can show me something good they've done. And I say, if you don't have a systems approach, it is a random act of excellence. You had a champion. When that champion's gone, you don't have any more program. But they had a burning desire to do this random act of excellence. So, with an emphasis on process, inadequate training, lack of planning, poor communication, lack of patience, assign it to a person, not a team, treat it as a special program. When it's done, it's done. You didn't go on to the list you had really created from everybody's input on that team to say, let's get to the next thing. Let's get to the next thing. Let's get capitalized to do that. And what happens is basically you're value adding in this system. You got your suppliers, give it to the process. You got a feedback loop. Very important here. I mean, how come you gave me pallets, cardboard, steel bands, plastic wrap sheet? Fill my dumpster up for what I ask you for. A little bit of this to put in my process. You got to start doing the feedback loop. You are the customer, you're always right. And then when you get out here to the customer, I'm going to tell you, customer satisfaction just ain't good enough anymore. It takes customer delight. It's a green product. They did that without VOCs. They use less water to do that truck for me than any other truck that's built. That's delight. And in that priceless mode, customer delight will lead to customer loyalty, which is priceless. We know that. So can we prevent waste, reduce energy use here? Well, everybody talks about involvement. Supplier involved, customer involved, worker involved. And again, what I got to say today is involvement just ain't good enough anymore. It takes commitment to getting pallets to go back and come back and stack them right, not beat them up before they go back for the next product that comes to you. It takes commitment to send boxes, break them down and back, and we find boxes that can go back and forth 22 times, and the box costs 43 cents. One time through, I don't care if you recycle it, you just lost 43 cents. 22 trips, you split it, 11, whatever, half to them, half to you, and it just costs you a penny, and you better recycle, kind of thing. It's like the chicken and pig that sat down to breakfast together. The chicken provided the eggs, the pig provided the bacon. The moral of the story is the chicken was involved in breakfast. The pig was committed to breakfast. And it's hard, but that's what we got to do. And when you come out over here, fulfillment, this is customer diagnosis to get to delight. Fulfillment. I want a blue widget. Sure enough, you got the blue widget. It's in styrofoam peanuts in a box, shrink wrapped onto a pallet with steel bands for that little blue widget. Expectations are the dissatisfiers. You didn't expect the boxes, the peanuts, the steel bands. I wanted a blue widget. And of course, we all hope we can exceed expectations.